is Caro, and I like to talk about cross stitch because I'm doing floss tubes these days. And today will be no different. We have a lot to go through today. I have a ton of projects I want to show you. I also have a bit of haul. So yeah, I hope you're in for a little longer video. Maybe grab yourself something to drink, definitely something to work on. Your favorite cross-stitch project. Yeah, because I have a lot I want to show you guys. It's been forever since I filmed. It feels like it's actually not that crazy late. I like to film at the 1st of the month. Today is the 12th of September. But yeah, I guess the time you're gonna see this is probably not before the weekend. I mean, it's Friday. It's Friday. I'll try to edit tonight. But anyways, don't get sidetracked right at the get-go. Unfortunately, actually, this is not the video I was planning to release next. I promised you for like 3 videos now. A different type of video. And I really want to do this. And now I feel like I've jinxed myself by saying I'm gonna release this video about how to turn PDFs into Saga files. But yeah, I don't know. I tried recording and stuff. It just always gets so rambly, and it's supposed to be kind of an informational video, and I don't think you need like an hour-long video for something that could probably be condensed into 5 minutes. So I'm struggling, and it's probably also a bit of the reason why I'm late with this video, because I was like, no, I want to do this tutorial thing first, but now I'm just like, no, I really need to talk about all my projects because I'm excited. I have like a new way of stitching now for like about a week, so we're already gonna see a little bit of that, and yeah, I just need to catch you guys up on all my projects, and I'm just gonna try and hope I'll do this video next month. We'll see. But yeah, I'm sorry. I haven't forgotten, you guys. There's just not gonna be a timeline on this. There's just no promises on when I'll upload that. I'm working on it. I'll try to eventually get it up. It's just such a different type of video to what these things are that, yeah, I just have struggles getting that together. Anyways, that's not what we're here for today, listening to excuses from me. You guys want to see some whips, and I have a ton of those. Atypically many for me. I counted, but I already forgot. I think it's 9 projects we're going to be looking at, and there's going to be one new start in there, one that's totally unexpected. If you're only watching my YouTube videos, this will be coming right from the left side because I didn't even expect this project to come into my life. But if you follow the Full Coverage Fanatics Facebook group, you might have spotted my little post there and might have an idea which project I might have started recently. But anyways, I want to show you first all my stitching from August, because apart from one project that's pretty much exclusive what I stitched on in August, and then we're gonna have actually more or less the same amount of projects that I started stitching on in September, and I'm super excited about that. But anyways, let's just start, shall we, right? And I'm looking to the wrong side. Actually, I'm gonna start over here. So the first project that's on my pile here is Adjust Your Sails, which is a non-full coverage piece. It's designed by, who is it designed by? I'm blanking, sorry guys. Little Dove Designs. It's a chart I got on Etsy, and this is what it will look like in the end. It's one of the first charts I ever purchased, and I started it as part of WhipGo this year. And yeah, I stitched on it a lot during my vacation, and ever since, really. I continued stitching on it. We had a few doctor's appointments, nothing serious. And yeah, it's just a great piece to go on. So yeah, I don't really remember where I was the last time I showed you, but I think I definitely didn't have a ton of the frame done. I think I started it. I definitely didn't have anything of this water in because this is the variegated floss. I told you that I'm not sold on the green-blue variegation there. So now I switch to, it's a sulky. I'll put in the number, I think 420 or something like that. Yeah. So this is a sulky floss, and this is just a blue changing one. And I do like this more. I think I like this more than the green. I think the variegation, actually on screen, it looks more variegated than in real life. It could be a little bit more variegated if I'm being completely honest, but I'm not going to try a third one. So I'm going to stick with this one, and but I'm just going to stitch everything, and then I'll decide if I'm just okay with that green there, or if I want to rip that out and also do that in the blue. But honestly, I feel like maybe not. We'll see. We're just going to see at the very end. But yeah, I'm really loving this project. I put a lot of stitches in this one. How many did I do? 2,639 stitches. That is a lot for a non-full coverage for me, for sure. But yeah, again, it's just so nice with all these repetitive border motifs that you can just, yeah, again, when you're sitting at the doctor's, you just take a thread and go. You don't need a pattern or anything. Same with this. It's just repeated pattern, right? So I can just stitch on this. I also like stitching on this on Sundays again at the breakfast table. I don't want to crowd the table with like my iPad and patterns and like tons of floss and stuff. So this is a nice and neat little project. I'm going to put projects back in their bags because there's so many, and I fear I'm going to create this crazy mess. Otherwise, maybe I won't zip at least. Okay, the next one, not necessarily in any particular order, but one I also put in quite a bit of progress. Actually, I'm seeing that. Wow, it might be the one I put in the most now that I'm looking at it. Oh, sorry, I forgot one thing with the adjust your sails. I'm stitching that on 32 count linen 2/1 with a kind of stash conversion of anchor and some DMC. Yes, anyways, but next project is actually not my newest start anymore, but the one before the new start. It was a new start in my last episode, sorry. That didn't make sense before. And that is my first Heaven and Earth Designs chart that I'm stitching actually, and it is called Kakomu. I totally mixed all the vowels around last time, by Margaret Morales, and this is what it looks like. I really love this one. I love a lot from Margaret Morales, and I'm definitely not the only one online. I've seen a lot of people stitching Margaret Morales ones. Actually, not this one. If you stitch this one, let me know. I'd be super curious seeing some progress pictures of this one. And while I'm on it, also tell me what count you're stitching on and what you're using for the Kreinik. Because this one, I don't remember how many colors are in this. Probably like close to 100. But one color is called for the Kreinik, the 32, I think. And was just a white one. But I am stitching this project on 32 count 1/1 tent, and I think the Kreinik they're calling for is too thick. And I also here, I mean, I stitched with Kreinik before myself, but really just tiny little accents, so not as much as it's gonna be in here. Yeah, but anyways, if you had any ideas, I'm thinking a treasure braid. That's what I think I'm going for. I haven't ordered anything yet. But my current route is treasure braid. So tell me what you think about that, or if I should maybe go for something else. No decisions made yet. But yeah, this is where I am right now. And I'm going to pop a picture in where it was before. I feel like there's going to be a huge difference because I put in 5,105 stitches. I'm at 3.2%. And can you see? I have the first pink stitches in. Yay. I thought that was taking longer to get into some of the reds. But yeah, I mean, there's going to be just a slight scale texture. It's not going to be a real fish. But yeah, this is what I'm starting right now. So yay, I really love this one. It's very easy to stitch on. I actually haven't worked on this in a while. This is definitely way back in August. But yay, really, really enjoying this. This is actually much greener than I expected. Again, if you look at the mock-up, there's obviously some green in it, but I don't know, I remembered it as my typical blue and pink combination, but it's way like more sky blue than I usually have. Usually my blues of the piece, or my other pieces are more like gray and muted blues. So this is very, very sky blue and yeah, very green. And I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying that a lot, actually. I'm really enjoying the greens, I must say. It is fun stitching with other colors every now and then as well, for sure. So yay, enjoying this. Stitching this with CXC, by the way, also. Just because you get better coverage with a 1/1 tent. Not that I've tried this with DMC, but that's just what people say. And from what I can tell here, I think they're right. So yay, super, super excited about this one. Definitely want to pick this one back up. But that's a little bit out of my hands these days. And like, who am I? But I'm going to get into that a little later. Oh no. Close this one. Let me pop this back. Oh, no, I closed the zipper. I'm sorry. There's probably going to be a few zippers going because I'm just going to forget. Anyways, so the next project I worked on is one you haven't seen in a very, very, very long time. And it's been calling to me since my whip parade, but not the half-year one, not the last one. It's been calling to me since my beginning of the year whip parade. And I finally stitched on it. I wanted to stitch on it in July, for Christmas in July, but I haven't. So the project I'm talking about is my Dimensions piece called Woodland Santa Tree Skirt. And as the name suggests, is supposed to be a tree skirt, and I'm also stitching it as such. I did not get the kit though, because it's out of print and I couldn't find a complete one that was reasonably priced. So I got an online pattern and kitted it up myself. And this is where I am. Not sure how I'm gonna do the before. Maybe I'll just go back a little bit. But basically, I put in, the trees. And I think they're looking great. I actually really enjoyed stitching on this, honestly. But I did a boo-boo. But not this time around. I did a boo-boo last time around. So I think I finished this tree, actually. I don't think this one was complete yet. And then I went into this, but I miscounted when I started stitching these things. This is supposed to be higher up. I think like this little corner is supposed to be like here. So this is just way too low. Right now it is not really a problem. But if you look at the full design, this and this is kind of at the same height. So I fear now that it's going to be looking weird at the end, that it's not going to be balanced. But yeah, I think I'm just going to leave it until I am here and can look at the whole thing. And then if it does look imbalanced, I can always just stake it out and do it again. But if I've forgotten by the time I'm here and I'm not going to notice by the end, maybe it's not that bad. So that's my plan anyways, for right now. I don't tend to stick to my plans with these mistakes. I end up just doing them or redoing them. Not the mistakes, but kind of erasing them. I don't seem to be able to sit with these things. But right now, I don't want to rip that out. It's not that much. I'm stitching this on 14 count Navy Ada. And since it's dimensions, it's like different, like some of them are 4/110, some of them are 2/1 full cross. There's a lot of, I'm stitching mainly background right now, so most of these are all tent. But this deer is full cross, for instance. The birdies were full cross. There's going to be like the main figures are going to be more full cross, and the background, which is what I'm working on, is more half cross right now. But yeah, enjoying this. How many stitches did I put in this one? 753. Not too much. But still, I'm glad that I finally worked on this project again. And I do want to continue doing so. And you will probably see this again next episode. But who knows? Oh, no. Did I close all these bags? Great. So much for not hearing any zippers. Okay, let me shove this in. Okay, next project is another 32 count one. And this is one that you cannot get anywhere because I charted it myself. And I'm just realizing there's a loose thread here. But anyways, so the chart is Witcher, how I'm calling it. And I charted this myself. I photoshopped this image. Like the main background is a game called Old World, based on the Witcher franchise, and then I took the two Netflix series characters, Ciri and Geralt, and then I took the computer game Yennefer and put them all together in this chart and decided to stitch it. This is actually my largest chart. I don't have the size here. Can I quickly get to it? It's 369,805 stitches. So this is, I believe, still my biggest chart. And yeah, again, stitching it on 32 count, and this is where I am. I added, how many stitches did I add? 697 stitches. And I think, oh, hang on, maybe let me show you where it was before first. But yeah, I think you can finally, the face is coming together a little more. I'm still not certain. You could definitely say it's Henry Cavill, but like I feel like the forehead is coming together more now. Is this focusing? Yeah, no, it is focusing, I think. Yeah, I'm sticking a little bit more to my page. I'm still kind of completing the page. But finishing the thread, which is why I get out of the page. But yeah, I'm finishing the thread sooner. I don't jump crazy distances like I did here anymore. I kind of only stitch right in the vicinity, and then if I have to jump too much, I'll just put the rest of my thread back. Because yeah, I've done a few counting errors already. So I'm trying to reduce that risk by not straying too far into the unknown. But yay, I love it. I think it's pretty cool. It is high confetti though. I mean, it is the face. So I'm curious how it'll come together, how it'll look in the end. I think it's looking kind of good. I think the confetti might be worth it. And I don't mind confetti, but it's just a little slower than some of the other 10 stitch projects I have going, but I like it. Definitely, like from far away, I think it looks pretty cool. So yay. Also stitching this with a CXC. The only exception is the black in this chart, actually, because I'm stitching that with DMC held together with just sewing thread, one strand of sewing thread, which is much thinner than the DMC. To get better coverage on this, because I have a cone of DMC and I didn't want to buy a bunch of CXC black when I have a cone of DMC black. But yes, did I say? Yeah, I said nearly 700 stitches added, all still in August. And the last project I worked on in August is one that you'll always see so far. I think you've seen it in every episode since I started this. And I still love it, but I actually haven't done too crazy much on this piece. So this is a Gecko Rouge chart. This is called Pumpkin Spice Cottage. The artist is Kate Brazier, and I started this one together with Anna from The Alchemist Stitcher. And yeah, it was our birthday start, since our birthdays are like 2 days apart in March. And I started in the lower right corner and she started in the lower left corner. And it's really fun seeing this piece come together from different corners. And yeah, I did have another page finish since I've last seen you guys. So here's where I am now. I'll show you where I was before. And I'm pretty sure that I was working on this page, but it wasn't yet done. But the first little pile of pumpkins is done now. And I'm well on my way to finishing this one. Yay. Just loving this. I'm stitching this on a 25 count 1/1 full cross. This is my first full coverage full cross piece that I started. And I love it. I really like the neatness of it and also the process of stitching it, but it is slow. I don't know if it is so much the full cross or if it's just the fact that there is a lot of confetti in here. I don't mind it. Like the colors are so fun, but it's slow. It's slow. Usually in a night of stitching, like I can, in a good night, I get over 300. On a normal night, I guess I get below 300, somewhere like 250. That seems to be what I'm able to get on this project. But yay, really, really liking it. And I added 1,190 stitches, putting me at 9.1% last month. I hope I added everything, my whole progress there. I'm reading off my notions, so I'm counting on that being up to date. I don't know. I checked the latest progress, but not the one from forever ago. So I hope I'm not wrong there. Okay, but yes, this already puts me at the last project that I still worked on in August, but I also worked on this in September. So I don't really know. Can I even separate this out? Hang on, let me see. How many stitches did I do on this? Yeah, I definitely... Sorry, guys. I'll be right back. Yeah, okay. Anyways, so the next project I am showing you guys is one that I'm super happy I'm finally putting a little bit more progress into because it is my oldest whip. It is another full coverage piece, one that I charted myself. It's based on the Heaven and Earth Designs chart Amazing Grace, but I completely recharted this with a loon because the original design had a swan here and I put the loon and the shadow figure of the loon, which is another inspiration I took from a Canadian artist called Sue Coleman. And yeah, recharted this one. The Heaven and Earth Designs is quite a lot bigger than what I have here. I think mine's somewhere around 300 by 450 stitches big. And yay, this is what it'll look like once it's done. And this is where we are right now. And yay, I worked a lot in the background. So I filled out quite a bit over on this wing. I mean, I should show you the whole side basically till here because I basically pick colors that are open here and then work my way over here and then finish somewhere along here because I want to fill out the top basically. And yeah, I don't know. No real strategy going, but I'm just enjoying stitching on the background right now, which is stitched 2/2 on 28 count. And the loon has a higher resolution, so I charted that one separately, and that was stitched 2/1 10 stitch on the 28 count, which I keep saying this is quite thick in the high confetti areas, which this neck, for instance, is like, this is super hard. It's also like kind of, I don't know, can you see this? It's like 3-dimensional. I don't know, maybe you can see that. And it's like virtually like a little band. But yeah, I'll continue stitching this. I feel like I'm so far. I'm gonna get this loom done. I don't know how many stitches are, like that would be interesting to know how many % I did of the 10 stitch, because I won't have any issues finishing the background. That's easy stitching. But yeah, the loom is definitely, I'm a little bit on a struggle bus there, but it looks good. Every time I see this on screen, like just seeing the black already, you can see the feather texture so well. So I think it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. But yeah, I added 1,717 stitches altogether since you've last seen it, and about half of that I did in August. And the other half I did as part of a new stitching game I'm playing. Yay! I'm super excited. So I'm sure all of you guys know Jessie Marie from Jessie Marie Does Stuff. I'll link her below if you haven't for some reason stumbled across her channel. You probably will have heard of the Whip Go, which I'm doing on my channel too, which she came up with. Like, it's her brainchild, the whole Whip Go idea. Lots of people do it, but she does a lot of things. Actually, her current thing is the Big Brother stitching game, which I'm not taking part in because I just don't watch Big Brother. But there's another one that she just started, and that is the Great British Bake Off Challenge, or Great British Baking Show. I think it's what you guys call it in the States. And yeah, she's basically stitching a set amount of stitches based on who wins, who loses, who gets eliminated in each episode, who gets handshakes. There is one of the judges that sometimes gives handshakes, and that is like, yay. The people are like super happy when they get a handshake. So you do extra stitches if the person you assign projects to gets a handshake. And yeah, I can show you. I did a little nerdy little sheet because Jessie Marie was talking about it, that she was planning on doing this. I wasn't aware that the show was about to start. It started, by the way, on 5th of September. That's when the first show dropped. Or actually, technically, I think it started on the 2nd of September in Great Britain. But I am waiting on the drop on Netflix in the States, because I got VPN Nord, so I can watch in the States. Because then I don't have to watch all the ads. Basically, is why. I mean, I could watch it on Channel 4 too, because of the VPN Nord. But yeah, then you have to deal with all the ads, and so yeah, I'll just wait till the Friday. So yay, start on September 5th. But yes, I can show you my setup. So I have all the players, just the names, and then I assigned a project. And you're gonna see a little sneak peek of my new start, because I had one open spot. It's 12 players that I was just gonna do as a flexible one and stitch on whatever I feel like for these stitches, but I had a new start, so I put him in. So we're gonna have all my whips. That's all my whips. And yeah, here you can see what you have to do for when stuff happens. So you do 500 stitches for a handshake, which I'm a little scared about that one. We have, sorry, this is all the wrong way around. We have last, like in technical, I don't know, I don't want to bore you with the details, where you just multiply the amount of players by 25, the first in technical, amount of players by 50, and then you have the winner, and then you have the loser at the very end. And you do 700 for the winner, and you do 500 for the eliminated. Oh, and actually the way Jessie Marie does it for the star baker, like the winner, you do a daily 100. But yeah, I just did 700 because I don't do daily. I don't do that. I work on a project for a while, and then I switch, and then I stitch on something else. So I'll just do a flat 700 whenever I get that. So yay, this is my setup. I also wrote down where I was on all these projects, like my start stitch count and my percentage, just to see what I'll add. And yeah, the first show is done, and I'm also done with the stitching. So the other half of this one was actually for the star baker. So I don't want to spoil this too much. I mean, I know I just showed you my whole setup, but if you didn't like take a screenshot and wrote it all down and now learn it by heart. I'm sure I'm not going to spoil anything by telling you that the Star Baker got this project. So, yeah, so I did a 700. No, actually, this wasn't the Star Baker. Never mind. I'm sorry. This was the first and technical, which is still 600 stitches because it was 12 players at that stage by 50. It's 600 stitches. And I effectively actually did 861 as part of the whole challenge. So yay, super cool. But you've already seen that. It's not magically appeared more stitches now that I'm telling you about this. But I don't know, I was just excited. And actually the person who is assigned to this project, now that I've seen the second episode, appears to be quite good. So we might see a few more stitches on this, which I'm excited by. We'll see how long I'll stitch to this. I'll stick to this. But for right now, it's fun. And I think one reason why I think it's fun is I actually love all my projects. Like, there's not one project I feel like that could get called where I'm like, I don't really know if I feel like it. Kind of like the next one, but that one is the eliminated one. So the person that got eliminated in the first episode was assigned to my winter piece, which is another Etsy chart. This one is by Puck's Closet. And yeah, I just love the colors in this. I do love the image too. I say it again, I don't see it up my wall anytime soon. Because I won't be done anytime soon, but also I don't think it's an image I necessarily want on my wall. But I like it, and I enjoy stitching on it. This is one of my earlier projects, and I'm stitching this 2/1 tent on 25 count with a conglomerate of DMC and CXC, I feel like. And yay! I stitched on this. This is another one that you haven't seen in a very long time. And I was actually excited to pick this one back up. And how many stitches did I actually put in? Oh, that's one I haven't updated. Oh no, it's here. Right, 613. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, 613 stitches. I owed this project 500 from the Great British Bake Off. So I didn't immediately put it back, but I think I'm gonna put it away. And that's the thing. This one is not gonna be coming up for my stitchy game. And if I stick to it, I can probably tell you I won't be pulling this one out as extra stitches because I feel like I'm gonna be quite busy with the amount of stitches I need to do every week. But I'm not too sad about it. I was happy to pull it out. I was okay stitching on it, but yeah, it is quite thick. It's quite carpety. This one is one where I might consider switching to full cross 1/1. But I'm not certain because I do enjoy the speed of the tent as well. And I want to kind of see how the confetti is in this area, if it stays that thick. But I'm still kind of filling out a bit of confetti here, so I don't know. Who am I kidding? This already looks pretty confetti, isn't it? So yeah, I feel like this is more on the high confetti side, this chart. Which will look good in the end, but yeah, it just gets thick with the whole tent and all, and the 2 threads. I really enjoy my single thread projects, I have to say. But yeah, the next project is the one that got picked for Star Baker. So this one got 700, or I owed 700 stitches. But this is a project where I can get very much progress very, very fast. This is my Tomb Raider piece. It's another one of those that I charted myself because I'm nerdy and I love my computer games. So this is the cover pictures from the last 3 Tomb Raider games. And I just stitched them together using Photo GIMP, or GIMP I think it's just called. And yeah, and I'm stitching on this image first because this is a top right corner. This is actually not a proper image. I don't have this dark corner. This is actually an old mock-up. But anyways, yeah, I was also excited to pick this one up again. And yeah, in one sitting, I did nearly 1,000. I did 959 stitches. But it probably won't even look that different to last time. You'll probably see quite a bit of progress here. I actually worked on the bow of her and filled in a little bit here in the darker area. But a lot of the progress is just me filling in one color here of the gradient. And that just goes so fast. You have like 500 stitches in, I don't know, an hour. I don't know. I don't know if it was an hour, but it felt very fast. So yeah. That's all my progress here. I'm also stitching this one on 25 count, 2/110. Also a mix of DMC and CXC, but because I'm not in crazy high confetti right now, this is just a very slow gradient. This is not as thick. This feels good stitching. There's more confetti here, but doesn't feel too overwhelmingly thick right now. So I'm definitely gonna stick to the tent in this project for now. Might change once I'm done with the gradient. We'll see. But yeah, I charted this in a way to avoid a lot of confetti. So we'll see if I was successful with that. I'm obviously not a pro charter. But yay, really enjoying this. I'm at 5.8% on this one. Good, making good time, I think. Half an hour. And we only have one more project. That's pretty good. I thought this was gonna take way longer. I mean, I do have still a little bit of haul and stuff to show you. But anyways, I'm pretty excited. Because yeah, now there is the new start. And hang on, actually, I need to get something for that. Okay, I'm back. I don't know why I needed to get this, but I basically just got the project back with the image. Look at this. It's a snow leopard. This is like so different to what I'm usually doing, but I think it's so cool. So this is Snow Leopard, charted by Pain-Free Crafts. And the artist is George Wildlife Art. I think it's just a photograph. I'm actually not too sure. It looks pretty real to me. It doesn't look like a realistic painting to me that is charted. I think this is just a photograph that has been charted. And yeah, my daughter picked this one. I don't even know how I came to be. I think I saw somebody talk about some kind of chart on Pain-Free Crafts. Oh yeah, I was looking up RoseCon. Kind of her artwork and stuff, because lots of people talk about a few pieces of hers. And yeah, and then I just ended up browsing on Pain-Free Crafts, and my daughter was looking as well. And then she picked, where you can like go on the homepage and then you have like the charts by artist. And I was just looking at the other artists that were there. And then she saw some kind of image from this artist as like the cover image of them. And she was like, oh, go there, go there. And then there was like a bunch of animal photos, and she picked this one. She really wanted this one. And I was like, okay, sure, why not? And it was like a total impulse buy. So I just bought it and then realized that I'm going to show you a screenshot. Like, this is virtually how every single color looks. It is confetti hell. It's just a starry sky for every single color. I think the only color that you have some pattern is black, which goes around the eyes, and then you see the nose and like some of the dots and stuff. That's something where you can actually see what it is. And then there is like the reds that are basically just in the nose. But all the other colors are just like absolute like spray paint. Oh, so I was crazy intimidated actually when I thought about this, and I'm not anymore. Good news is I'm not anymore. So I immediately kitted this one up entirely in DMC because I was terrified of the confetti. I'm stitching this on, what did I choose? 25 count, 1/1, full cross in DMC because I was terrified of the confetti and it getting too thick. And yeah, let me show you where I got. No. This is where we are. You see my page markers, but you also see a few things that are not typical for me. Maybe let's get the elephant out of the room. I'm stitching on a scroll frame again. That'll be a little bit of a spoiler for my haul, but I got something for this, which is why I'm stitching on the scroll frame. And I'm trying parking again. So I tried it for like 5 minutes because I started with basically like this diagonal, just a half diagonal, basically 50 stitches. And I was trying the whole parking thing. I hated it, stopped it, did my page color completion thing for like 2 or 3 colors. And then I was getting scared again of miscounting, and now I'm going back to trying the diagonals. And I'm trying to stick with it a little bit longer because I feel like the parking is just super annoying when you only have like this tiny little diagonal going because you do virtually just 1 or 2 stitches and then you have to park because there's just not a whole lot of stitches here. But the longer the diagonals are, the more stitches you do, because what I'm realizing with this kind of confetti, it's sort of a regular confetti. It's not block stitching, so you can't just whatever. I do six below this, and then I do a 7 thing, you know, like where you can kind of count. You have to look where you put every single stitch, but they are still close together. I don't know how to explain this, but they don't like have like these crazy jumps. They're not ninja stitches. Maybe that's the term. They're not like 1 stitch and then the next one is somewhere here. They are, you still have a lot of the same color in one area is what I'm trying to get at. So I think, so my current plan is to kind of not stick to the page, but stick to the row and do the diagonals, obviously getting bigger here, but then stop them here. And, but once I have more room down here, I'll still feather out my stitches. So I start picking my color here with my usual method, the same way I'll do it in the page. So I'll just start with the DMC lowest number and go up the DMC count and then do, I guess, what's it called? Cross country within the diagonal. And then once I hit the edge of the page, I'll just finish the thread in the diagonal. If that makes any sense. I don't know if I'll stick to the diagonal. Actually, now that I'm saying that out loud, maybe not. But, and then kind of work my way, finish the first row, and then, you know, do the diagonals that way. Because, yeah, that's where my post comes in. I did post on the Full Coverage Fanatics being like, look at this. This is crazy confetti. Every single color looks like this. I'm scared. How do I attack this? And I think every comment said parking. And I hate parking. But I'm trying. I'm really trying. You can see I'm like putting it super tidy away and stuff, that it doesn't get tangled and doesn't annoy me too much. So I can stand it like this. While I'm stitching, I have them open. So you can kind of flip them out of the way when you're stitching. But yeah, I'm giving it a go. But I think you can already kind of see a little bit fur, you know, that way. It's kind of going that way in that corner. I'm excited about this one. But yeah, let me finally tell you how many stitches I did. I don't think I said anything about this chart. Where is it? Where are you? So I did 780 stitches. It has 81,184. That was actually a pleasant surprise. So it's not huge, as you can see. Like this is the full extent of it. And so yeah, we are at 1%. Is that exactly 1%? not quite, can't be quite, because I did 780 stitches and we have 81,000, so I would need 810 stitches to be exactly at 1%, but close to. Anyways, yeah, so I'm excited. My daughter is excited, and yeah, and this one also got called as the last and technical. But the thing is, even though that guy who this project is assigned to was last and technical, I think he's actually quite good. This project, actually, now this is going to be a little bit of a spoiler for my next episode, but this project's going to get a ton of stitches because I watched the second episode already because today is Friday and it released today. So I know my stitches for the next week coming up, and yeah, this project's gonna get a lot. There's two things I need to put into that one. So yeah, I think the project might get a few stitches coming up if I'm sticking to the whole Great British Bake Off thing. But more on that later. But maybe I can tell you a little bit my plan, because as you know, if you followed me for a little longer, you know that I've tried the vlog style before, but what I found does not really work is I don't make plans. I don't really know what I'm stitching about. And then it's, so yeah, like whatever. I let a week go by and then I show you I stitched on this, and then another week goes by and then you need to find the before images and stuff and show them. And I just found that more work in the editing, even though it was kind of nice during the month, just like having short sections of filming, I found it quite hard to still give you a little bit of the experience of seeing the image before and the kind of editing I like to do, which is why I didn't really do it again. But I want to give it another go, because with this one, I will know what I'll be stitching on. So my plan is, after I finish this episode, I'll be actually showing you the projects that are being called as part of the Great British Bake Off. And then by next Friday, I can show you what I did and what I accomplished, and show you the next ones that are coming up, because that show will make my plan. Again, we'll see how I stick to it. If I end up being like, I don't want to stitch on that anymore, I'm sick of the snow leopard, of the crazy confetti, I don't want that guy to be that good in that show, who knows? It's the second episode. But yeah, that's kind of my plan going forward. But before we finish this episode, I still have a little bit of haul that I wanted to show you, and something I started doing. But let's start with a haul. Let's start with the one that I kind of teased already, because as you can see, stitching on my scroll frame, and I wasn't getting along too well with it before because I didn't have any kind of stand with this. So I found this very awkward to hold. I have like this clamp situation where I clamp my hoops in usually, and I was trying to hold it with this, but this thing is just a little bit too heavy for that setup I have there. So I ended up just getting a very, very simple stand for this. It's from the same, like it's from a German shop called, Marussia, whatever you want to pronounce that like. And it's nice quality, it works well, but it is a very, very simple, not crazy sophisticated design. So it's a little bit of a hassle to get it set up. Not that this is so complicated, but basically you just have to put screws through this here. Like there's a long, how do I show you? There's a long screw that connects these two. And yeah, and you use a screwdriver to actually tighten it, because I think the intention is actually that this thing is not tight in it, that you can flip it around and finish your thread on the back. But I don't do this. I like to put my hand, I like to put a little bit of weight on it, so I like this tight. Long story short, it's good. It's good enough. It works, but it's a little bit of a pain when I want to put it away, because this doesn't really fold up. Like this is the most folded up you're gonna get it. You can't make this just like 3 bars behind one another, which I wished you could, because then it would fold up flat with with the frame, and then I could just stash it away. But the way it is like this, I kind of have to take it off if I want to stash it away. So it's just taking up a little bit of space. But other than that, I really like it. It's nice quality. It's nice and soft. Wood, like you're not scared of ripping yourself splinters or anything. It's for the price. I'm very, very happy. I'm not complaining. But I mean, I think I paid like 30 euros for this, so it's fine. It's totally, I didn't expect like a crazy sophisticated system here. But yeah, I'm just saying it could be easier in the handling. But other than that, very happy with it. And yeah, it's making me stitch on my scroll frame, which I really, really like, actually. It's just, you feel like you have a better overview for some reason. I don't know why, but it's good. Gives me a calm environment for the not so calm stitching rhythm on the confetti piece. Yeah, so this is haul number 1. I got a bunch of floss, but I feel like floss is a little bit boring. But what is not so boring and very, very exciting, but also a tiny little bit sad, is another Gecko Rouge. So I got a Gecko Rouge kit, and maybe let me just show you so I can stop crinkling. And that's this one. So you know I love my pumpkin spice cottage piece, and I think part of that is the great charting. So I wanted to get another one, and when I thought that the budgie pick, that is a thing they do on Gecko Rouge, where they have people vote on basically their favorite patterns, and if one pattern gets a high number of votes, they produce that more and sell it to you to a lower price, basically. I think you get like a 15% discount on it for a limited number of pieces. And I took advantage of that because this was one I was looking at. It's Kitty Day Hydrangea. I don't know if I probably pronounced that wrong. I'm terrible at that. But yeah, I love this chart, but I also have issues with it. So yeah, I don't know. I try not to spend too long here, but basically going into this, I thought I would get the chart and then remove all the yellow from the chart and then rechart it with a different color. But I am struggling to find that different color because obviously it's not just gonna be one. I can show you. I'm not gonna show you the contents of this bag because it's big. Honestly, it's a little sad. A little sad looking in here because I totally took the whole nice little kit apart. So this is all the yellows. And the thing is, and I think it's maybe why I have a bit of an issue with this piece, it's not warm sunsetty yellows like in my Tomb Raider piece. It's quite green. There's a bunch of greens in here. So it's quite the cold yellow. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just not in love with these yellows, to be quite honest. And I thought it would be easy to just rechart, like pick a new color scheme, find kind of DMC colors. And like, I mean, I paired them up. You can basically put these in like three gradient pairs, so to speak, that are in the same color family. So I thought I'd pick just 3 more colors basically and then pair them in that color gradient. I don't know how else to explain this, but yeah, probably everybody now watching will be like, yeah, duh, it's not gonna be that easy. And yeah, it's not that easy. I can show you, I'll just show you the picture where I'm at right now. So I ended up, the one so far that I've tried that I liked the most is one where I basically put my favorite blues, the 930 line, 930 and up, and then kind of around that. So it's like a stormy gray blue that I put in, which is a color you can find in the bottom of the piece. But I'm not convinced. The thing I have with that chart is I actually like the 2 halves separately. I mean, there's like very 2 distinct parts to the picture. There's a top pink yellow one, and then there's a bottom blue purple one. And I even like the top pink yellow on its own. But I just don't like it with the bottom necessarily. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll just split it up. And that's one thing that's starting to grow on me, is picking like a dyed fabric and then just stitching kind of like a diagonal. I'll try to find a diagonal line and just stitching the bottom. Sorry, my phone is going. Hang on. Okay, it's a little bit later. So my phone rang. My boss actually called. He wanted something, and then I had to pick up my son. And now we're back. My son is right there. But I really want to finish this quickly because we don't have that much more to go through, even though something just came in the mail. And I have honestly no idea. Yeah, we're gonna unwrap it, Yona. My son thinks is a gift for him. I think he'll be sorely disappointed. But yeah, I don't remember what I ordered. I couldn't have ordered this more than 2 days ago. And honestly, I have no idea what I ordered that requires this size of package. So we're gonna find out together. But yeah, I just looked back. I couldn't remember what was the last thing I was talking about. But I was talking about this chart. And yeah, the last thing I am wondering about, if I'm going to get a dyed piece of fabric and maybe splitting up the pattern somehow and then stitching that on the dyed fabric and then with some cool background and just the flowers. I don't know. What should I do? Or should I just stitch it as is? I mean, it is beautiful. I don't hate it, but I was kind of just set on the idea of trying to change the colors, because I'm not the greatest fan of yellow, but I don't hate it. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I'm just not 100% sure what I'm going to do with this. I'll probably try with some warmer yellows, but I don't know, because the whole picture is kind of cool. I don't think that will work, honestly. So I'm just unsure what to do here. Now that I'm just thinking, maybe I could do like a light gray. That could look interesting. Maybe I'll try that. See, just without color. Don't mess with the color. Just take out the yellow and turn it kind of gray. That could be cool. I don't know. What do you guys think? What should I do? Should I mess with a perfectly fine Gecko Rouge chart? I'll probably start at the bottom anyways, and then I'll probably have like a couple months, years to decide what I'll do with the top. But yes, so this is that piece of haul. And maybe let's just continue with that mystery haul that just came in, which I'm really curious about now. What did I order? I remember ordering something, but I, honest to God, have no clue what's in here. Yes, your sister is... No, actually she's not. She's at her friend, Yona. Yes. Okay. Okay, what is in here? Sorry, this is a terrible package. This is not going to be a nice unpacking. Oh, I remember. I remember now.
Mama, second beer.
Yeah, I ordered
Mama,
nerd hoops. Okay, I remember now. Yes, this wasn't an accidental buy. No, because I started stitching... Which project was it that I started stitching on? I don't know. I'm just missing a hoop. And now that I'm expecting to stitch on a lot of projects at the same time, I hate having to like take my projects out of the hoop and then put them in the hoop. So I just wanted 2 more hoops. I hope that's going to be enough for right now. So I can have all my projects in a hoop, basically. And I just went for a big one. Yeah, this one is for the Woodland Santa tree skirt, because of the 14 count. I'm going to be stitching on a bigger area anyways. And then another one of the... this is number 3 and number 4. I do like the number 3 a lot. I stitched my pumpkin spice cottage on the 4. And now gonna be my woodland Santa tree skirt as well. We're nearly done. And then this just came to me virtually as I saw this package. I lied to you earlier in the video. I actually did order something for the Kakomu chart. I did order the treasure braid. But basically, I just had it already in my cart, and then I was like, oh, what the heck. I'll just try it and see if that works. And if it doesn't, I guess I'm still interested to hear what you guys think. But yeah, I got the PB10 of the treasure braid, which is like this pearly, sparkly white. Yay! But it looks quite thin. I don't know. That could work. I'll definitely try it and see.
I'm with my honey tank.
And then yeah, so that's my haul. That's all I got. All the new goodies. You can't select the colors. I would not have gone for this baby pink. But at the cross stitch corner, you can just select the size and they'll select the color for you. But I guess I prefer this. Once they sent me this weird orange, which I like even less. So I guess I prefer this pink to the orange. But yeah, I don't appreciate that they don't let you choose the color. But it is what it is. It is not Amazon, so that's why I ordered there. And it's actually cheaper than it is on Amazon. The last thing I wanted to talk about is actually something I'm setting up currently, because I tend to now start my projects with 32 count CXC, and I have a full master set of CXT. Yona wants the box the camera is standing on because that's his birthday box. Now I know what he was going on about. Yona, there's nothing in it. I promise. We can look into it in a second. I'm sorry. Bear with us. Anyways, so, and I saw... Oh, what's your name? Ebony. Ebony from In Stitches with Ebony, I believe her channel is called. Lovely girl, lots of full coverage. I'm sure you guys know her. And she just showed her new master set, which again is inspired by Yogi. Stitching Yogi or something like that. She does a lot of live streams. And apparently she came up with this set, and it's a little bit of a hybrid between, now I'm name dropping somebody else, Stitching Masterpieces. She's also being mentioned a lot these days because of the way she's organizing her floss. And I do like the way I have my floss on my floss cards and with my Velcro and stuff, but I think there might be a benefit to stitching from a master set. But I'm going to make it with the CXC. So I don't think I'm going to be setting one up just yet with DMC anyways. But I want to make one with DMC. And I started doing this. And at first I was thinking of using my trusty plastic floss cards that I also use for my projects. But you need a lot of them. And then it becomes quite the stack. So I decided to just print on thicker paper and laminate it and punch a bunch of holes in. So I put quite a few colors on one. I think this is 23 or something. Just a little bit of an odd number. Oh, I'm showing this the wrong way around. Sorry, guys. So yeah, I'll kit this up basically as a normal kit. I'm not gonna put like full skeins on here. I'll probably put like 2 or 3 strands on it. And I also made holes at the very end to then... Oh shoot, I didn't make sure that they all align. I guess it'll be a little bit wonky, but yeah, they sort of align. So I'll put a ring through here and a ring through here, so they're all together, and then you can kind of flip through them like a little booklet from up top and then pick your floss out. I'll show you once I actually put floss on it, but this took a lot of work. Punching these holes, man, that's a lot of holes. Yona, in a second, really, I'm not long. He needs a new diaper. Nice aroma around me right now. I'm sure you wanted to know. Anyways, so I am very excited, and I am going to put a piece of Velcro here so I can put my remaining floss, but I'll probably do that as I go and when I need it, because I have my Velcro strippy thing there, and yeah, I'm just not feeling like doing this. It takes a lot of time kitting up these master sets for sure. But yes, that's all I meant to show you. I think my son really wants to get into this box and see this empty box. There's really nothing in there, Yona. And thank you for watching. If you stuck through till the end, throw me a diaper, because that's what I'll be doing now, and I'm sure everybody's super jealous. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys around for next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.